My name is Phill Melecio. You can find me on Instagram at PhillyHype55.
So you just were at the PBLA. Now, what do they call them? Pro days?
So this was the first inaugural combine. So this was a bunch of athletes, both invited and guys who just wanted to come to try out for this new professional box league, and the amount of athletes that were there was incredible. Even the caliber of athletes was stupendous. You had guys just dogs going after it, trying to play, but also it was really cool to see a kind of a unity, like a brotherhood. And this is funny. I went there with two of my friends and left with 20. So it was a really cool experience, and yeah, I can't wait for the draft that's coming up. October 22nd, I believe, is the draft day for us, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens. I really love the environment and the play, and it it's fun. So it's gonna be fun, fast, and some really great lacrosse.
Yeah, definitely. I pulling up. So here's your Instagram. You want to? I'll bring it.
Sure, it doesn't have the and I
Your highlight hype reel, and your it shows some of the stuff at the combine, which was what I thought was really cool. So could you walk us through a little bit of? That's a sweet shot right there. But could you walk us through the combine a little bit? And who's that guy with you?
Yeah, so that's my boy Brendan Murphy. You guys can find him on Instagram at all that Murph. He's actually played with me since I was a rookie, kind of got me started into box lacrosse. So big shout out to him, and he's always training me, pushing me to be better. So to be able to go through that pro combine day together with him was really, really awesome. Yeah. The combine was really, really cool. It was a very professional environment. Shout out to PBLA because they are putting out a product that I'm excited to be a part of. And, just to see the energy, time, and effort put into building a professional league come together so fluently is just really great. So hats off to them. But this league is going to be fun, and I mean, when I say fast paced lacrosse, it's gonna be something special. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know a couple of the guys that went out there. They play. A lot of guys play for the North American Lacrosse League, which is not a paid league, but it's definitely semi-pro, and I'm sure a lot of the guys at the combine play there. This has got to be amazing to be part of something. It's been such a small pool of players that have been able to play pro lacrosse because of lack of opportunities. I mean, you everywhere have to pay to play. So, what is that feeling like to be able to finally be a part of something like this?
The opportunity is tremendous. I mean, this is something that I've dreamt about since I was 5 years old when I started the sport, and just to to not only get paid to play something that I love doing, but the opportunity to just spread the game to other fans and youngsters at a bigger stage is really just a dream come true for me. And I can't I can't thank the creator enough for blessing me with the opportunity. And I think every day that I picked up the stick instead of, and my dad's gonna hate this, instead of picking up a baseball glove.
Definitely. What is it like to go through a combine like that, where it's kind of NFL style, where they're really just checking stats? How did you prepare for that?
I mean, you really just gotta block everything out and control what you can, control the variables that you can control. And that's the biggest thing that I tried to focus on, was trying to do everything in my power, making sure I'm going through and getting every ground ball possible, hitting every pick, making sure that I'm listening to coaches, asking questions, because again, this is a sport that even though I've been playing it since 2018 now. I'm still a student of the game, and I will always be a student of the game. So just just being a sponge and there, soaking in all the information and then just enjoying the environment that they set up for us was really awesome.
That is awesome. It's got to be really cool to go through a pro combine like that. Have people checking you. We all did it as kids when you're trying out for different travel teams, but that's a whole different level of making sure you're ready. If you look in the background here, I've got a video loading of one of your Snipes and Pipes clinics. Would you like to take a couple minutes to talk about that?
Yeah, so Snipes and Pipes is a clinic series that I've started out here in Albany, New York. Luckily, Burnt Hills was the first school district to let me do it, and I was able to do it for their third and fourth grade and fifth and sixth graders. And honestly, just to have all these kids come out in a clinic that's in my own name when I was a kid who went out to, Paul Rabel's clinic or the Thompson Brothers Clinic. It was really a dream come true for me to put on my own clinic in my own name and just see all these kids come out and have a great time and to get the feedback back that it's one of the best camping experiences that they have ever had. They learned a lot and they just had a blast. Plus, they got a bunch of giveaways and cool gear. So what's there to complain about, but it was really awesome to do, and I definitely intend on doing more in the Albany area.
I tell you, that was pretty interesting. I've never gone to a clinic where they've given away so much stuff afterwards. You're That was pretty impressive. The kids had a blast. They were all smiling all day. Learned a lot. You could definitely see a couple of the kids with what you were pointing out with their arms and stuff. It's so fun at that age level because you can see improvement so fast. It's got to be pretty rewarding because at the point that you're at in your career, it takes forever to get minimal gains.
Yeah, just the way kids improve. I mean, it's one of the biggest things with me and the lacrosse game is that I really want to grow the game. And the reason for that is watching these kids grow into their sticks, learning different shots, just being excited to be there and be around their friends. It, takes you back to when you were a kid. And at that point, everyone, it's just a free feeling of just being able to help grow the next generation of lacrosse players, and it's fulfilling, and I wouldn't want to be doing really anything else right now. But winter's coming and we live in New York, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
And honestly, these kids are just growing into the sport, and most of these kids are picking up the stick now at third, fourth grade, and getting on to junior varsity at an eighth grade level, which is insane. And it's incredible to see. I got to give a huge shout out on the Snipes and Pipes clinics to my two coaches on Von Zell and Peyton Doyle, who really, really just came in and made that such an exciting environment for those kids to learn. They both really put in the work with me to make it an awesome experience, and I can't thank them enough.
Bonzel plays for Team Puerto Rico, and I believe he also played for, was it the Rochester Rattlers?
Yeah, I believe so. And Von Zell's a great guy. I was lucky enough to play with him on the Albany Hyenas, and just a great locker room attitude. I love training with him and everything. So big shout out to him.
Yeah, he was awesome. I learned stuff watching him. He really is great. And the other guy you had with you was Peyton Doyle, right? I've gotten to watch him play outdoor. He's a lot of fun to watch too.
Yeah, that kid is just a personality, honestly, and I can't honestly thank Peyton enough for just being around me. He's one of the kids where I was falling out of love with the box lacrosse game. He kind of brought me back into it and got my head right. So I got to give him a huge a huge shout out because he's out there doing his thing. And I
Yeah, he
think he's
is.
at Liberty right now. So I can't wait to see him play some, MCLA ball.
That'll be awesome. Now, one of the things that I really liked about the PBLA was they let the fans pick the team names, and they came up with some pretty cool names. They've got some really. It seems like all the towns are, they're blue collar towns, hardworking towns. The names are amazing. You want to take a minute and talk about them? I've got them up on the screen.
Yeah, so I mean there's a bunch of good names. The main idea here, I believe, if with the cities that they have going on, is just they really want to endear these teams to these cities. When we were in Elmira, it was really nice. We had a nice festival with a ton of people out there, and it was probably one of the coolest fan experiences I've had as a lacrosse player. Um, Now, as far as these team name goes, there's a bunch of them. My personal favorite is got to be the New England Chowderheads. I mean, there's nothing more spot on than I think that, especially, and I do love me some clam chowder.
Yeah.
Um, Trenton Terror, that's just a mean name. I can't wait to see the mascots that they can come out with. These bootleggers, you got um Binghamton Bombers too. Yeah, so that's really good. Renegades, Hammerheads, and I'm sorry, the Syracuse Spark. That just has a nice ring to it. So these names are, I like it because it's not those everyday mascots that we were used to seeing. Um, it's like I think these names are just good for the growth of the game, and yeah, I mean the fact that the fans pick them too, it's really gonna help endear these cities
Well,
to these towns.
the actual name was the Sparkle Muffin. And I'm can't spell right, so that's what happened. But yeah, if you look at the images, that's a pretty gnarly looking spider.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I suffer from mild arachnophobia, so that's it puts fear into my heart, America. So there you go.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that they let the fans pick it, and they came up with Sparkle Muffins that turned into the Spark.
Right.
Hampton Hammerheads. Now, their draft, is there a certain team you're hoping to get to?
Um. Honestly, I want to, and I know this is weird to say, but I would like to play for one of the New York teams, but also like I'm not against playing for any team around. I'm here to ball out at the end of the day, no matter what color jersey I have on. I'm gonna give 100% effort to that coach and that whole organization. Um,
I
yeah,
don't think it's really crazy to say, though. I mean, you live in New York, the travel would be a lot easier, I'm sure. I mean, where you are, you're around 2 hours away from the Spark. And actually, where the New England Chowderheads, how far away is that for you?
it's all 2.5 hours. That's kind of the beauty of living in Albany, New York. You're never too far away from the lacrosse.
Well, that's what's nice. You're like right on the hub of where all the highways meet. So yeah, definitely save you some time. Yeah, I can't wait. How many players did they have registered for the draft? Do you have any idea?
Not that I know of. I know that there was a good number of guys, just about excuse me, 100 guys there.
Yeah,
So I at least that's what I remember. Probably like 80 to 100 guys at the combine, and I'm sure there's a ton of more interest. That's just one date that
yeah.
guys had to make. So hopefully we'll see more guys in the future. But yeah, this league is definitely trying to grow. So I'm definitely excited to see where this league takes the sport.
Now, what season is this league going to play in? Is it going to be summer season, winter season?
It's still going to be winter season, from what I understand. I believe we're starting in December. So don't quote me on that, but as far as I know, the league does plan to go in the winter.
That's awesome. That's, I think, the best time of year to do it. I mean, uh, people are sitting inside, they want something to do. It is by far the most exciting game on 2 feet. I am so excited that they've started this league. I've got highlight clips of so many players that I know that showed up. So I can't imagine what the talent level's got to be out there. It's got to be something else to watch.
Oh yeah, it was an incredible experience. I mean, the way that ball was just zipping around, and I don't think I've seen faster hands, in any other league. So this, like I said, I can't wait to start playing with these guys, start developing chemistry, and see where it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome.